record the meeting. So I'm going to record it right now.
It's okay. The other one yesterday, it kind of flows better. Oh, sorry, I'm losing my voice now. So we can tell her, I'll check the timestamp on the other one, and I'll kind of see where you left off today versus the timestamp in the other meeting, and we can let her know where to start watching.
Okay, yeah, we'll just send that over. I'm so sorry. I meant to record all the meetings so that we could go back. But so these buttons on the events are just going to be, for more information. If you guys needed to maybe say someone here is a person of, a key person to this event, and if you want them to have their contact information, we would say, like search for them, and I would name this person the event coordinator, and then it should bring up, my information. So it would tell me if I had, my home number associated with this account, then it would tell you that, and then it would tell you the email address, so that you could easily kind of, if we did that tear sheet, say, oh, this person is the person that I need to contact if I want to know more about this event. And so codes is kind of like it was with the contacts, where we could just say this event, is an equal pay event, or if it is a regional event, we can add that in, or any of the codes that you guys have. And you can also add in a code, if it's a new type of event, and you just want to say it's just a dinner or something like that. You would be able to add that code as I showed you before. And so that's kind of the same, but it's also like trackable. So if you did a report and you wanted to know all the events that went under financial education, so now this one would come up.
Okay.
And then attendees is kind of the same, but you would just kind of, if you knew that you just needed to add like a couple of attendees, instead of, like adding, going to an Excel spreadsheet if it wasn't that long or something like that, we would just add it, we would add it here. But there is an import template for event attendees if you needed like 100 attendees.
And when you add it here, it also miraculously puts it somewhere in your contacts?
So yes, that's the goal with this contact page here, is that it will, let me see, with that little events tab, then it'll tell you the events that this contact had went to.
Okay.
But it isn't doing that right now, but that's our goal, is to get it to do that.
Okay. Okay.
And so the other major piece of this that I want to show you is under contacts and search. Okay. And this is kind of your all-in-one reporting, searching feature that I think is going to be really helpful. So I think the example that we used yesterday was we wanted to do the state was California, and then we add that one, and then we could search for all the contacts that are a part of the state of California, and then we can also see the codes that are associated with them. So we would say search. And then, so this brought up a lot of names. I need to narrow it down. So we can add, and what did we do yesterday? I think it was code was equal pay or something like that.
Yeah, it was the equal pay.
That one has a couple of them. And so we would add that, and then we could search again, and it should bring down that list to the people that are in California. They're a part of the regional code for equal pay.
Excellent.
And so here, you could say, I want to print it just from here, or you could say, I want to download it. And that will bring it up as an Excel spreadsheet. And it would download, down here in the left-hand corner, and we would just say, here we are. If we need to manipulate this data in any way, you can, or if you need to just maybe bring it over into another document, you can copy it and paste it to another document.
Okay.
And the other good part about it is we're kind of trying to make it a little bit better too. So we kind of said, you know, if you want to take away the state equals California, then we would do that. And then it should, you know, we say search again, and then it should bring, well, it didn't take away that, but it should, I'll have to let them know, that it should just give you all the ones that are now only the region code equals San Francisco's equal pay.
Okay.
So it should be able to, you know, as you need to like change your report, or if you, you know, put in a wrong information, or you even need to update it, you can do that here with a little notepad, and then, you know, you can change this and update it.
Right. Can I also ask, if it's a company, as an example, I know you said, you know, if they have, you know, a website, and I'm noticing that here you also have a Facebook and a LinkedIn. Are those things that go on when you're entering the contact?
Yeah.
And that, okay.
Yeah, so if you want to be able to search for those features, just like add into your little one here, just add in their city or maybe their organization name, and that would fall under their company. And then you would be able to search for that contact if you just want to say, I want everybody in the company name, you know, Women's Bureau, or a different company that you guys work with.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so I think that's the last part. This reporting feature is a little bit different because we kind of put the reports here. So this one is just kind of going to be like, if you need to know your contacts by code, and then say I want to know their region code, then you would be able to, it would kind of give you a report by the contacts that are in that region, or the contacts that fall under a certain code. And then you could run a report or download it again. And so these were the kind of buttons that I was thinking maybe would go on the events tab. You know, just to kind of, you know, make it easier. You don't have to go back here to do that. And the other kind is the ad hoc reports. And this would kind of be something that you contact Brandy or I, and we could tell you, we'll create a report based on your criteria, and then it would look like this. It would tell you the percentage, how many contacts are in that. I mean, it doesn't have to look like this, but it would tell you how many contacts are in what initiative or anything like that. This one is by region, how many contacts and what your percentage is, and then it'll give you kind of like a chart. So if you guys have that kind of need, you would kind of let us know, and then the developers can create that for you.
Okay. So that's actually could be also part and parcel of that other page where we talked about the reports, that if we in the regions put in enough of the info, they could actually, you know, download a report that would show all of the kinds of things that this would show as well. You know, how many events in equal pay, how many events in, you know, apprenticeship.
Yeah, and then it would give you, you know, we could do like a pie chart or like a bar graph kind of thing where, you know, any of the information that they need to know, if the regional users, you know, put that into the system, you could track it, and like you were saying, they could kind of, you know, ask for, I need this report, and then they could do that.
Well, I'm impressed.
Well, I'm so glad.
Trust me, compared to the other one, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, and so that's kind of why it's been taking like a little bit longer, because we kind of did a revamp of the whole 2.0, but we were hoping that it would be a little bit more, you know, user-friendly, and then a little bit more, less time to go through and do it. So.
Well, and I think that as people start to use it, you know, they'll start to see all the different little nuances that the system has that they can avail themselves of. And, you know, as I said before, if we could kind of get some sort of a connection to some of these reports and have it be in one entity, I think, and then have somebody in DC hit a button and everything's there. When it's a very small office and we're having to do these reports like these larger agencies that have, 6 people dedicated to doing reports, and we have like one,
Yeah.
It's hard to, kind of keep doing it, and you get kind of, like I said before, it's repetitive, and you get kind of like, I've already done this 14 times,
Yeah.
so.
And so hopefully with this, you'll just be able to input the cumbersome part will be, uploading it to the system.
Right.
And then, hopefully you'll keep that information, as long as you keep it there, and they'll be able to, see. And I mean, it just has so many possibilities for reporting capabilities that I'm hoping that everybody kind of has this reaction to it, and then they want to keep using it, and then telling us kind of how they can use it even more,
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm assuming that the executive staff people in Washington have gone through like a run through, or not yet?
It actually hasn't yet. We've talked to Cheryl, and Cheryl kind of seen the system, but we have a big presentation at the end of the month with the national office.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So hopefully we're kind of thinking that, the regions can tell them, we like this new one. We'd like to start using the newer version of WBIS. So, because before we were kind of getting not so good remarks on, the WBIS 2.0.
Right.
So we're hoping that with this, get more people on our side, and they want to use this system.
Right. Well, and I think you'll find that there's several little layers that are going on where you have you're kind of at the end of a fiscal year, so the chance of it being uploaded quicker, so that current administration people can use it and make recommendations, and then you also have whoever the new administration is coming in. I don't know how long your contract is, but the new administration coming in may have fresher ideas of utilization. What I found after many years here is that people don't like change.
That's a little bit of the issue. Some people don't want to go over to a new system, so that's kind of it.
Yeah. Well, and see, to me, as long as it's an easy system, if it's a cumbersome system and I have to relearn things that, like I said, I was one of the original creators for it, and I actually harken back to the FoxPro stuff when I first started here, and that all kind of migrated into WBIS, and the idea was to get rid of it. And, these things would show up, and then we'd send out, notices about stuff, and 3 dozen, 4 dozen, emails would come back because it's never cleaned up. That's why I was asking about the migration piece, because that, I get that they want to have good outreach, but by the same token, clean it up and only outreach to the people that actually want your info, so.
I definitely agree. We just need to, figure out who has, I guess, the most say in it.
Yeah.
What they want to maybe get rid of and delete, because kind of we've had so many people saying, oh, you can delete that, but you don't delete that. So it's kind of got to get on the same page with, what can be deleted or consolidated too, because it doesn't necessarily have to be deleted, but it can be kind of like a name change, where the fiscal year 4, like I said, is now just the regular name without the date on it. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you both. I appreciate it.
Yes, and so I'll get you, some login information, and then you could start using the system whenever you need to, because the production site is up. but definitely contact us if you have any questions, and good luck on your transfer.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Only for 120 days. I'll be back. So, all right. Thank you both.
All right. Have a happy 4th of July as well.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.